Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 42 of Upskilling myself, and today I just solved two DSA problems because I had a lot of work to do. So let's see the DSA problems that I solved. So the first problem is jump game 2. So if you see, we have been given an array. Let's take an example of this array over here. So if you are on this index, we can jump two indices, right? So we can either go over here or we can go over here, right? If we go over here, it will be counted as one jump. Then over here, it's one jump, and we can only take one jump from here, so it's one jump. And when we reach to the end, we have to return the jumps, right? So we have to return the minimum number of jumps to reach the final index, right? So one way is this one, and the other way is from 2 you can just take one jump over 3, and from 3 you can directly go to 4. So in just two jumps you can reach the end. Okay, so how to solve it? We solve it using the greedy method. So we get the max reach for the current index element, which is the maximum of the previous max reach and the index plus element. Then we check if we are on the max reach or not, which is the current reach, and if yes, then we need a jump, and then we have to set the current reach as the max reach. Okay, so we get the size, we create a jump as 0, then we set the current reach as 0 and maximum reach as 0. Okay, then we traverse the array and we set the max reach as the maximum of max reach and index, the index which you are on, and plus the nums of I. So it means like if you are on this index, right, so the element is 2, so 2 plus 0 is 2. So the maximum index that we can reach from here is 2. Okay, then if I is equals to current reach, which means we have completed our maximum jumps, we have to take another jump. So we'll increment the jump, and then we'll set the current reach as the maximum of reach, and then we'll return the jump. Okay, so the final problem is minimum add to make parentheses valid. So let's take an example. We have been given this parenthesis over here. So if you see, this is not valid. Why? Because these two complement each other, but there is no closing brackets for these two opening brackets, right? So you have to add two closing brackets so that the count is 2. We have to return 2. So right, so in this case, as you can see, for this closing bracket we need an opening bracket, so we return 1. For this we'll need 3 closing brackets, we return 3. Okay, so how to solve it? We can either solve it using the stack, or we can just solve it using two variables, which is open and add. So open means the number of open brackets, and add is the number of brackets we need to add. Okay, so we traverse the whole string, and if the character is an open bracket, then we have to add it in the open. We can also push in the stack if we are using stacks. Else, if it's a closing bracket, then we have to check whether open is greater than 0. So then we reduce the open, and then else if it's 0, then we increment the add. Then we finally return the open brackets and the brackets we need to add. Okay. Then for the development part, I did some internship work. Then I also worked on my project, and I did the revision of JS for interviews, and I did the revision of all the DSA problems that I solved till now. So thank you guys for watching, and see you on day 43.